Hi, everybody. Hi. Good morning. Rainbow hugs and kisses to everybody. Thank you. We are entering into a beautiful new day. We wanted to do a video. Every time I feel inspired to do a video, I'm going to do a video and allow the time and the space and all the new energies that are transforming and transmuting. We're all transmuting various energies, and I was shown many, many years ago about our universe that's going through ascension and vibrational threads and bandwidth. It's impossible to imagine because we're just not used to these types of conversations in our everyday life. But what I've been sensing and feeling is that, and why it's so challenging sometimes, and it feels like such a hard pull. Many of us that are on the front lines, if you will, the code breakers, it just feels like the constant transmuting of old stories that just keep cycling, the old karmic stories that just keep cycling. It does get less and less, and it does ease up as you go. So never think that you're doing something wrong or you're not doing enough. But you've stuck within, like, say this is one karma energy about micro macro. Of course, this is the universes, as we were shown earlier. This is our universe ascending into another thread, a bandwidth of higher vibrational universe. We're becoming multiverse, really. So just say this is one karmic issue about control. And this one karmic issue about control has been with you and your family and the collective for thousands and thousands of years. So this one energy story, one vibrational story, which is being played out in our social collective, like the war. All wars are created through energies of fear, limitation, and greed. Greed for resources, greed for land, greed for power, whatever it might be. They're all the same fundamental core values that are being challenged, if you will. And if they're still being cycled in the mental processes, the ego processes, it will continue the same story, living in the same parallel earth that continues to cycle in the same level of vibrational stories, because it hasn't chosen to see itself in a new vibration. It hasn't visualized the consciousness. It hasn't felt the consciousness of new resolve. It hasn't had the consciousness that is only gained through the highest frequencies of all that you are as a multidimensional being, living through the pillar of light, living through your inner guidance of spirit, harmonizing with spirit, accessing the highest vibrations of your own dimensionality. Then you're not bringing in those higher vibrational wisdoms to create those new choices that are higher vibrational. So the mental games and the mental stories and the mental realities, because as within, so without, you just keep cycling in those experiences. So as you're coming out of really thickened karma, those karma dense experiences like control or subjugation, which are so steep, that's what separation really is, suppressing one person's belief or expression because they think that another person's is better or right. So each person is here to live individually and sovereignly from the pillar of light that they are, returning all power and all energy and all wisdom and all light from within, honoring and harmonizing the God within. As you harmonize and honor the God within, the spirit within, whatever you want to call the great one of all creation, all universes that we're now harmonizing within, you end up becoming the all that you are. Therefore, carrying the greater light that you are, carrying the gifts and the wisdom and the skills of the all souls that you are, not leaving any fragment outside of you due to judgment or pushing away or suppression or depression of all that you are. Whether you want to accept it or not, all aspects of creation are you. The ones that are creating the war are aspects of you. The ones that are creating trafficking are aspects of you. So calling in all of those experiences and moving through the reflection and the processing of those aspects of consciousness allow you to create greater consciousness, greater wisdom. Therefore, you're calling in greater light, greater intelligence. That is what evolution is. And it's not an overnight process. You can't speed your way through it. You must go through the processing. You must integrate the energies. You must integrate the stories. You must see and practice using different techniques of higher vibrational consciousness. Higher vibrational consciousness is through the spirit space. It's through the spirit understanding and spirit knowing. Heart, compassion, love, honoring, gentleness, patience, and all of those experiences is using the spirit, is being of the spirit. It's not a mental experience. The mental faculties is a tool, just as if your body is a tool. Your body is a vessel and a tool through which spirit works with. Spirit is. The body could not survive without the spirit, for the spirit builds the body each and every day. This will take complete, absolute flip-flop on all of our ideas and notions of who we are, what we exist within, and what exists within us as far as any modality of healing, whether it's psychiatry, psychology, and all the things we've talked about. So when you're living in these big experiences of subjugation and control, we understand and we can start to see through the paradigms of lack and limitation and lack of integrity from the many structures and the many socio-structures that we've all created through time, and why it feels like such a trudging, if you will, to kind of pull that dark energy into higher vibrational light programs. And some people will be with you on that ride, but they'll go kicking and screaming. They want to keep fighting for the old ways, and the old ways are no longer there. It's all an illusion. That's why some go through psychosis breaks, because their body and their way of entrainment is so steeped in limitation. They just want to keep returning back to the way it was. And it's not there anymore. There's nothing there for them to return to, because everything has changed. Vibrationally, the grids are changed. Vibrationally, our homes are changed. Everything has changed. You get to put together your day as you're physically remembering it. This is how much power we have to create a beautiful world in a reality where all are abundant, all are healthy, and all are moving in their highest and their best creations. Not relying on anything outside of you, not relying on anyone outside of you. You are the independent, sovereign creator with spirit. And it's up to each and every person to go within and seek that light, to clear out those limiting beliefs, to clear out those old paradigms, to know that every day you wake up, your house can be different. Your house can look different. Your house can feel different, because everything in physicality is just an illusion. It's the energy that you put it together with. If you're not aware of this, then you're simply in a program that is run on the old beliefs, old experiences, old notions of how you're moving through reality, but it's really not that. Until you awaken, you get it. You get it to say, wow, I can change this by changing my consciousness in it, of it, because I am it. So if this one experience is controlled, the thread of you in this micro experience keeps threading into, because you're awake, you're reaching for higher consciousness, you're creating greater light, you're processing greater light, you're integrating greater light, you're manifesting greater light, you're on that vibrational momentum, you're getting healthier, you're feeling more balanced, you're feeling more grounded, you're pulling these threads and transmuting it as you go. And as you go, you're working with that experience of working the old energies into new energies by calling in that greater light, by dropping all of your consciousness to your heart and experiencing new experiences through heart space choices, transmuting the old patterns, the old cycles, the old experiences into new ones. And that's how you transform very subjugatory energies. And those of us that have been on the front line are feeling, quite exhausted and tired, because it's like, are we ever going to be done with this separation, dense experience of greed and want and taking, and all of the games that are played that are so unnecessary, that cause so much damage. And oftentimes, the consequences and why we go through karma is so that you understand that most of what occurs on our planet is so unnecessary. They're steeped within mental beliefs of projecting the lack of oneness, the lack of self, the lack of self-love, and the lack of self-honor, the lack of self-respect, the lack of self-sacredness. If one held oneself in sacredness, one would never ever seek outside of itself to get something that is sacred, to take something from another, to hurt somebody because they have something that they think they don't. Everything that anybody wants is always within. If one wants to create and experience sacredness, it's within you. You can't take it from another. You can't take somebody's destiny. You can't take somebody's soul. You can't take anything from anybody. Everything that anyone would want is inside of you. And why would you want to take anything that is not yours? Why would you want to be of anything that is not yours? Why would you want to harmonize into another person's soul story that's not your story? Why would you want to do that? That's where the healing begins. Why would we want to create a world that is continuing in war? Why would we want to do that? Why would we want to have schools that stagnate our children's potential? Why would we want to create belief systems where we don't have self-healing properties and tools and experiences or accesses? Why would we want to do that? Because it's a mental program that says, well, is there anything else? Absolutely. The infinite is. The infinite is. We have absolute potentiality to create greater light in all experiences. And it doesn't mean that anything is right or wrong. That's, again, releasing the ego. Those are those 3D paradigms we get stuck within and we can't get out of because everybody's just fighting for their point and their will. That goes nowhere. It's all purposeful. But we're at a point where stepping into a new reality, and our whole universe and our whole experiential universe and the omnipresent is threading into higher vibrational threads of oneness, threads of light, threads of being diverse, and everything is possible. Anything is possible. And so those are the energies that those of us as code breakers are continually breaking conformity and breaking old paradigms to say, we are infinite beings, and it begins within. Create the story from within. Create the potentiality from within. What is it that you want to see for your world? Begin there. What is it I want to see for myself? What is it I want to feel when I wake up in the morning? I want to feel free and liberated, that I never have to worry about paying bills, which are constructs of paradigms and frequencies that we think we got to pay outside sources to get things done. We can absolutely change everything. We can change everything in our socioeconomic system and have it become a socio-altruistic system. We can allow the stars and the space to become one with us, in which we're learning things about our omnipresent reality, our environment, our bedding, our home, to be something completely miraculous and unfolding. And we are within it as it is us. They've been showing me lately that what we know to be about multidimensionality is going to flip us on our heads, and we're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is incredibly crazy. Are you kidding me? Like the things that we thought were way far out a month ago are even farther out now. And that farther out is because our consciousness is expanding. It has nothing to do with us placing our minds anywhere. This is about the consciousness of who we are, harmonizing all those soul fragments that we wanted to separate, all those soul fragments that we judged, all those soul fragments that we thought we had to take from somebody else. And then you had to create your own karma for yourself because you had to learn that lesson of taking from another. You had to learn that lesson of wanting somebody else's soul plan when it's not your soul plan. Your soul plan is beautiful and gorgeous. Why would you want another's? And all the things that those in those experiences of lack and limitation, we all have to move through it. That's awakening, that's ascension, is to be accountable and own and claim where you're at, why you feel the need to experience the shadow in that way, own it and claim it. I feel like I don't have something, so I have to take from them. Remember what they said to me many, many months ago. When we are not honoring and loving our soul and creating harm against our soul, that's a crime against the soul. And that crime against the soul manifests crime. So when you're not loving yourself, you're not honoring yourself, you're not honoring your soul's path, you're not honoring your soul's journey, you're not honoring your soul's body, you're not honoring your soul's lessons, and you're reflecting on it every day. Why did I feel the need to do that? No, I've got spirit within me. I'm one with spirit. You start going within and asking for spirit, start going within and wanting that relationship with spirit. You start going within and relating, that soul of who you are starts living through you. Your chakras start activating. The wisdom within you starts activating. You don't need anything outside of you. Your food will be taken care of. The bills will just start falling away because you're not in that reality where bills are. That's how manifesting of this reality we are and we can be. All is purposeful. All is perfect. Everyone in your reality is perfect as they are. They're meant to have their path the way it's meant to be for them. Their soul path is not your soul path. Your soul path is not their soul path. Your journey is for you. Your journey is for your lessons. Your journey is for your body, for your spirit, for your soul. And how is that honoring of you? How can you honor those lessons with great dignity? How can you honor those failures, those attempts, those falls? Own it. Own every time you fall. Because every time you fall, you get to jet out into new consciousness levels. You cannot create success on a longevity, on a 5D plane, if you have not gone through every single experience of density. You just can't. You got to know how to navigate the density. You got to know how to navigate all the threads of the minutia of manipulation that we have co-created for thousands of years. You got to navigate the density to say, no, I can change this. And anytime something ever comes forward to you, because you got great light, it's going to manifest, it's going to attract to you. So everything in its creation is going to manifest to you because those energies of light are going to be attracted. Your light's going to attract stuff and things and experiences and people, and you got to know how to navigate it. You got to know how to put up those boundaries. I respect you. I honor you. We are one, but I choose not to dance with you. Choose not to invest in that. I choose to invest in this. This feels really good. This is where my heart is. So knowing how to discern energies and work with the energies and become stronger in doing so that your light, your path, your story is unto thyself. Knowing of thy name. Why are you here? My name has vibration. My name has healing. Who am I? And you stand in it. You stand for it. This is 5D leadership where we must create in the highest of consciousness. Understand that it's all perfect. It's how we're learning to minutia these new energies. Everything will fall that is lack of integrity. It absolutely will. It won't be able to sustain itself in this level of light. We are being asked to align with this level of light, and there will be those that choose not to align with light, and they will be stuck within the cycles and the karma of the same mental stories because they're not allowing themselves to see that there is another way. There's another way to live. There's another way to be in the light, to be in the soul and the spirit of who we are. It's all perfect. There's no judgment on any of it. It's all perfect. They're all us. It's all us. It's all you. It's all me. It's all everybody. It's all one. What is your consciousness saying? This is what I need to accept in this moment. What's before me? How do I feel? Are you triggered? Do you feel anxious? Do you feel anxiety? What is that feeling? And own it. Oh, I feel this experience right now. It's feeling a bit agitated. It's a bit agitated because we're accelerating. Okay, so how do I balance myself? I'm calling in light. I'm calling in light. I'm calling in light. Reach up for your highest codes. Open your pillar of light. And now ground. And ground into the earth. Feel honored. I feel graceful. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I'm calling in my spirit. I'm calling in my soul. I'm calling up the light. My root chakra is open and pured and clarified and cleansed. My sacral is open and purified and cleansed. I'm breathing in white light. I'm breathing in white light, and they're becoming their highest refined color of transparent ruby red, transparent tangerine orange. And you can feel the clearing because you'll be burping and having gas. I'm calling in light and bathing my I am center, my beautiful I am center that connects me with all that I am creating. I am that I am, I am that I am. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful citrine yellow. It's a beautiful, warm experience. Connect with that warm I am presence. I am love. I am compassion. My body is new. My body is new. My cells are new. My cells are actually attracting and listening and comprehending what I'm saying in my tones because I love my cells. I love my body, and my body is transforming. My body is creating this beautiful experience of oneness with all beings, with all experiences. I absolutely love every single being that I have met and not met. I know they are all versions of me. I am that I am. I am that I am, but I get to live in my own story. I get to create my own story. I am harmonized within who I am. I am love. 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 And I follow my story. I create my story. I write my story, and I am the light of the world. I am the light of the world. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I am connected with one. And then at this point, you start to feel your heart chakra opening because you're showing yourself enough love and sacredness and honor that you're honoring your whole bodies. You're honoring the light of who you are. And all children, all children, all children on this planet see all children returning all their power back to themselves. See all children and all planets and all people returning their power back to themselves so they get to move within their unique divine soul blueprint that Spirit has for each and every one of them. That Spirit has unique gifts for each and every person. Spirit has unique light for each and every person. You are never a failure. You are never wrong. You're merely moving through old stagnant stories. So say that and know that. Be okay to forgive yourself. You were just moving through really deep, stagnant stories of control, of subjugation, of suppression, of depression. So be okay with it. Be okay to release it. I am ready to release these deep and stagnant stories. They no longer serve me. I have learned my lesson. I have learned through the consequences of my choices. I have learned, and I'm so grateful that I get to have these lessons because now I get to teach others. So breathe in light and light and light. Breathe in light and light and light. My heart is open. I choose from love. And I won't judge or damn another because I know they're aspects of me. I absolutely love those aspects of me because they're showing me that I absolutely can drop to deeper compassion and help them on their journey. I send you light. I send you love, your heart and your soul and your spirit, and your story is perfect. You have a great story. You have great light. You can do this. Release the stories of subjugation and lack. You will never be in lack if you are honoring and harmonizing as your spirit. And your throat chakra is now open. Because you're speaking of your spirit, you're speaking of your truth. This is my truth. And sometimes those stories are so steeped, and it's okay to feel frustrated, but you can let it go and transmute it. I let it go. All frustration, I let it go. I ground in love. I ground in love. I can do anything. I can do anything. I ground in love. I ground in love. Light is begets light. Light is begets light. Light begets light. Light begets light. My body is love. My body is love. My body is love. My fields are love. Light and love and light and love and light and love. I create a reality of love and light and pure knowing, pure knowing, pure knowing. I know who I am with spirit. I know who I am with spirit. I am love. I am love. My body is love. My body is love. I harmonize with all aspects of me. Thank you, Holy Spirit. All chakras are purified and rarefied, and just feel the bathing of white light. Bathe white light, bathe white light. And your body should be just filled with goosebumps now because you've reset your body to a higher vibration. And then you walk about this planet in a higher vibration. And people may react to you in a different way because your vibration has just been lifted and your fields have been cleared. You're no longer clearing those, no longer carrying those densities of less than, a lack, or judgment. You've cleared those energies. So now you're walking as a different being of light. And now you get to call in those aspects that are higher vibrational light. And now you get to integrate that higher vibrational light. And just know it that those stagnant fragments and those stagnant aspects are still in your field because they've been rooted for centuries, and you're helping clear for your collective. You're helping clear for your family because you don't want your children to manifest any more cycles of density and karma that you can fix and heal and correct through the owning and acknowledging of it and just clearing it out. 5 or 10 minutes, 3 times a day doing what I've just showed you, you will notice a difference within 3 days. So be the light of who you are. Own it with power. Own it with your vibration of love. Own it with your vibration of, yes, I can do this. Every door closes, it's going to open up a new one, because I know how to transmute density. I know how to transmute stories of lack. I know how to transmute stories of fear. I know how to transmute stories of, wow, that wasn't a good choice, but I accept it anyways, because boy, did I learn a lot. Now I get to help somebody else. So everyone on your path is there for a reason. They're there to show you who you are. They're there to show you your compassion, to love them and honor them unconditionally, whether you agree with their path or not. There are aspects for you to place yourself within that perspective and see it from that level of consciousness and accept it all the way. Accept it. That's you. That's a part of you. That is the God essence. God would never say that child is good, but that child isn't. I accept you, but I don't accept you. God, the all creator of all universes, would not be able to manifest the universal transcension, a whole omnipresent, the omnipresent of all creation, bigger than we can understand. This is why it's so hard for me to put these things into words. One thread on a couch that's woven matters. It matters. It is matter. It matters. That's God. That's spirit. That's the creator. And it hasn't been done justice in any of the religions that we've ever written, because they've been written from 3D human perspectives, mostly from the divine masculine's perspective. We're rebalancing everything. We're rewriting everything, people. This is how profound this is. We are being initiated into the galactic universal omnipresence. This is profound. Our bodies, we are multidimensional. We are multidimensional in every way. The cells are multidimensional. The cells are heavenly and divine and omnipresent. There is so much information and wisdom within who we are. And why aren't we using it? Why would we want to stay stuck on stories of separation and stagnancy and lack? You don't have to. It's all choice. So in these offerings that we offer you, reclaim your power, reclaim your energy, reclaim who you are as a divine being. You are a multidimensional, beautiful figment of spirit creator. As this universe is going through a universal experience of higher vibrational energies, know that you have the consciousness to thread it, to transmute it, to call in greater light. That is the flow of reality. Cycles of now, wherever your heart space is, in the paradigm of who you are, the epicenter of who you are, multidimensional light. Your body will improve because it's carrying greater light. Your understanding will improve because you're carrying greater light. You're willing to hear and know other people's perspectives. The diversity of the all is who you're becoming, and how exciting is that? You can place your consciousness here, here, and here just to create a greater perspective. And you get to be the leader of you, because you're able to solve humanity's most entrenched energies of lack and separation, and you get to create something really, really new, because you're aligned with the highest vibration of light. And you just get to transmute anything that faces you. Face it. Yeah, I can do this. I can navigate around it. What do you say, spirit? And spirit will guide you, your gifts, your senses, your skills, your gifts. You're going to navigate in and around anything. That's why these systems will be falling away, because we now have the consciousness, we now have the abilities, we now have the skills, we now have the wherewithal. We now absolutely know and feel who we are, and we're not going to apologize. I'm not going to apologize for who I am. I'm not going to apologize. I have a strong energy. I have a great field of light, and I use it for the highest level of benevolence. And I'm not going to fall back into stories that don't feel good for me. Those that want to come along for the ride will level up. And it's okay if they don't. Absolutely okay. I would never, ever judge anybody for not. Go about your path as equally as shared as you want to. And everybody's going to have to face that in their path, because not everybody you're with will be on that same thread. They're going to want to thread in different ways, because that's what their soul's blueprint has asked for. Their soul's blueprint, before they even came, said, I want to explore this. My soul really needs to explore this, because I know the next lifetime I'm going to be a master in that. And their lifetime has to explore it fully and completely. And that's when we start accepting loss. We start accepting these experiences of having loved ones go in different ways. That's the same experience that we have often. Sometimes the most loved ones that we have move through experiences like addiction, when they have those really thick stories of subjugation or depression or suppression, and they explore addiction to the nth degree, and it really is very hard and traumatic for those that are watching it. And we all go through those experiences, because perhaps that is what's really needed. And you can do what you can do, but you don't have to get entangled vibrationally in it, because it's harmful to you, and you can't compromise your light or degrade who you are for their soul's experience. And you can help, and you can send light from afar, and you can be engaged in that healing and hold space. But you're here to explore your soul's experience and never compromise yourself or your story for it, regardless of what the manipulations are, the stories told, or those that want you to, whatever those stories are, because people will play those ego stories on you, and you have to stand firm in who you are, and firm in who you're knowing, and firm in your story with spirit. And spirit will say, detach. It's not your story. They are doing that for their next lesson. because they're going to absolutely be the greatest healer of that addiction. Make no mistake about it. That's why they have to explore those things. They explore them for their soul's reasons, and it's not for anyone to judge it. It's for us to hold space for their soul's profundity, to go through such limitation. We've all dealt with it. I've dealt with addiction over and over and over again. And then you harmonize. I don't need that, because everything that I need to feel whole and safe and pure is me. I don't need anybody outside of me. I'm quite happy to be and remain single for the rest of my life, if so be it, because I'm absolutely going to wait for the right one. The right one, I will absolutely know it. And I can have beautiful relationships and entanglements with those that are connected at that heart level. I'm okay with that. The stories that have been on earth have just been so funny to me. You know, since I was a little girl, I always found these stories about women to be so underestimating, you know, and how a woman waits around for a man to put a ring on it. Like that's our destiny. No, we have great things to do here. We're creators. Or women not being involved in the creational reality. No, we're birthers of all things. Yeah, watch us create. You know, and we're rewriting it. We can laugh about it now because it's like, okay, well, we kept ourselves really stagnant. So now we're going to stand in our power. We're going to teach our children to stand in their power. That's why we're here. We're going to level up to humanity. Humanity, we are leveling up, and we're going to level up today. We're going to level up today. Anything that you face today, breathe, ground, call in light, clear your fields, and ask yourself, in the highest vibration of who I am, if I'm my highest vibration of my highest self, and I love my body, so I love where I'm going, I'm creating this reality right now, right here, in this moment right now, in alignment with spirit, in alignment with God, what would I choose? In alignment with my godliness, God that is a new version of God that has never been written, that is so far beyond our imagining. You have no idea what God is. Source creator, the creator of all life. The fields that we sit within right now, the fields that are invisible right now is spirit working with you right now. Your breath, your word, the intentions, everything is spirit. It's so profound, it's beyond imagining. This is how we create. So in this moment of this choice, how can you create a reality? What does your world feel like? It feels peaceful. It feels harmonious. It feels like, wow, our planet is free of all disease. What does that feel like? Wow, I just have money coming to me, and this type of money is not even the money that I know, and yet all my bills are paid for. I'm aligning with a reality where all my debt is paid. I'm aligning with a reality where everybody else's debt is paid. What does that look like? Do you see what I'm saying? There are aspects of energy that we're meant to play with. We are meant to play with the divine creational light and love and energy that is right here, right now. There is so much heavenly energy right here. We can create magnificence. We can create spontaneous healing for those that really choose and believe that they can be healed. There's so much for us, dear lighted ones, and I'm here to inspire you. The threads that you're working with are old, stagnant stories, so accept it. Be allowing of it. These are the stories I'm meant to transmute, and it's not going to be overnight. Sometimes these stories are so entrenched with lineages and peoples and collectives that are thousands of years old. Thousands of years old, and they've got a lot to work through. So just be okay at the patient journey. It's a sacred, patient journey. Love everything that comes forward to you in all moments. Be patient with it. I've seen this story before, so how am I going to deal with it this time? And challenge yourself. How much fun can I have with dealing with this stagnant energy again? How can I have fun with it instead of getting frustrated and impatient? Because you're going to be a leader, and people will need you to be patient. People will need to know that for them, it's the first time. But for you, you've dealt with it 100 times, and you can't understand why you're still being a part of this, because you're a healer. You're a leader. You're showing them how to transmute the same situation you've done 1,000 times. That is what is being a master. So allow it to be okay. And I'm doing it because it's my own. I absolutely admit that I'm a Taurus. I'm a Taurus, and I'm moving through my astrological chart like I'm a bee, right? I'm a bee. I'm moving through my astrological chart. One moment I'm a Leo, one moment I'm a Taurus, one moment I'm this, one moment I'm that. So I'm not a fixed sign anymore. I'm moving malleably through all of my star signs. And I'm moving through it because I'm in charge of my consciousness. You're never stuck. Your birth chart is the energies that you're born with, but it's not determining you throughout your whole entire life. Those are the checkpoints, if you will, of the energy of the highest and the best that your soul blueprint chose to take on. Those are the highest energies that you needed to accomplish what you needed to accomplish. Once you reach a certain point of consciousness where you've harmonized all those energies of your birth chart, the 12 chakras, the 12 realms that we're here to honor and anchor to earth in the 12th dimension, we're now transcending to 13, 14, 15th dimension. The omnipresent is 352 dimensions. Greater than that. There's no, it's infinite. We can't put numbers on it. Our brain can't accommodate what that is yet, but we will, because we're stretching and we're reaching out through our consciousness of our hearts, our souls. We are now becoming harmonized as omnipresent beings of light. We're infinite. There will be no disease that we cannot conquer. There will be no disease anymore, because we're not even thinking that way, because we're so joyful in who we are. We're creating realities of where we are joyful in all things with all people. We understand where they're at. There's no separation. There's no hatred. Hey, you're my brother. You're my sister. See you on the next spiral. We'll be best friends. We'll be mates. We'll be lovers. It's all one. It's so fluid and malleable. There's nothing to be impatient about. So allow yourself just to soak in. You're transmuting eons and eons and eons of subjugation. So anything that's coming towards you, there's still a fragment there where you got to work on. So be patient with it. Accept it. The 3 A's of Ascension. In all moments that anything you face, doesn't matter whether someone's coming and rushing at you thinking, well, I didn't create that. That person came rushing to me. You manifested it. You manifest because there's still something there. And also, too, they need something from you and you need something from them. That's a co-creation. You have no idea how elegantly our universe is designed. And that's why knowing and understanding the universal laws, understanding universal balance, there will always have to be balance. There's always that equal opportunity. Our universe is based on the physics of love, the physics of spirituality, the physics of spirituality outside of all religion and inside all religion. Because it's still, again, all of our religions have been written from a 3D perspective. So now we're expanding. We are all things, all beings, all experiences, and it is very absolutely held within the science of love, the art of love. That's my passion. My passion is the art of God, and the art of God is the science of love. There's a science and a love of the benevolence of how energy moves and how energy works and what energy you're intending and how you're directing it, how you're allowing it, how you're being loving with it, how you're respecting and honoring it. The natural, omnipresent experience of who we are as divine beings, how we can alchemize our body and dematerialize, how can we change the fragments of our room, how we can change the details and create new forests and new ambiance of new energy and new light and new waters and new air. That's what I'm talking about, people. This is miraculous stuff here. So make no mistake about how powerful you are. So in every breath, I am powerful of love and light. Every breath I can create with love and light. Every breath I can create just for feeling happy. So when you get those energies of wanting the ego superficial things, they will come. Absolutely, they will come. Make no mistake about it. Focus on who you are as breath. Focus on who you are as health. Focus on who you are as sacred and joyful. When you're in this alignment of spirit, this is the alignment of spirit that is taking you off the mental virus. The mental is still the ego getting the money, getting this, getting that, getting the Botox, whatever it might be. That's the ego. Be in health and love of who you are. My cells are loving and healthy. My cells are transmuting themselves to be of Venusian love and light. You see what we're saying? You're now manifesting from this perspective instead of going to a Botox center. You're creating that love for beauty and health through a new vibration that is 5th dimensional, and it's transmuting because your consciousness is saying so. My consciousness is in charge of my cells. My consciousness is in charge of my bones. The density within my bones is held within the consciousness that I am. I am that I am. I am the God that I am. And God is within every cell. See what we're saying? You're going to manifest from a new thread. You're manifesting from a new thread. You're manifesting from a new thread of beingness. And these are all held within the honorings and the channelings and the energies that we have come forward with that are ours. I don't have a business partner. I don't have any people that have come to me for permission to use my energies, to use my things, to use my illustrations. These are of my channeled wisdoms that I use with my personal clients, my group clients, my webinars, and these informations come forward and I channel them from spirit to bring them and anchor them to earth. So if you'd like to have a session with me, if you'd like to co-create with me, the emails are always included in our emails. Remember the universal laws because they are accelerating. It will be returned very, very quickly. Spirit and the universal realms are absolutely on top of everything. They see exactly what's going on. And they're always the ones that will be returning anything that is out of balance, anything that has been taken, anything that has been stolen, and all of those ways that we've all been manipulated through the 3D journey and adventure. We can all laugh about it now. It's all going to take place in the way that it's meant to take place, and spirit will be in charge of that. So just detach yourself from those stories. Know that all is always okay. You're constantly transmuting old to new, old to new, old to new. You can manifest higher vibrational beauty. You can manifest a higher vibrational job. You can manifest a higher vibrational experience for you in your home. And always, always, always empower, inspire, and encourage your children to know that they too are. They too are the majesty of spirit. They too are the majesty of their new health and their new wellness and their new beauty. They can manifest a world where they can create their own education systems that are not even education. They're just using their consciousness of all realms, of all beings, of all bodies. So just know that there is so much knowing of love, and that love is the spirit. Align with love and everything will take place. It's just how powerful love is. It will put you where you need to be. It will put you in front of who you need to be there with. It will change your body chemistry. It will change who you are within you. And all of those karmic stories that you absolutely know you want to face. Have karma be your very best friend. Wow, how can I understand karma today? Because your karma, make no mistake about it, is your dharma. That is why you are here. You are here to go through every single absolute navigation of karma. Have it be your best friend. Wow, that was a whole load of karma. How can I learn from this? Let's get in there. Don't be get excited about going to the very center of that karmic explosion. Go into it and say, I am going to be the master of this. There is nothing I am fearful of. Get in there. Get into anything that unfolds before you and say, I'm going to get in there. There is nothing to fear. I am absolutely one with spirit. What do you got for me, spirit? What can we learn? How can we transmute it? That's a master. A master doesn't run away from things. A master says, now how are we going to deal with this? How are we going to work this out? How are we going to work this family experience out? How are we going to work this experience out? And you work with the energies. You don't take control and say, I'm this and I'm that and I'm this and I'm that, and you get your way all the time. That's not the universal balance, is it? We're using universal laws, universal energies, and we're going to the core of every problem, and we're gonna harmonize new energies. Harmonize energies of love, compassion, respect and honor for all beings, for all paths, and allow each person to make their choice. For each person making their choice is allowing the rights and the right use of will and the right use of free will, and not one person telling another person how and can it should be done or how can they should be exploring their path. No one can tell another how they can express themselves, or telling another that their expression is wrong. Those are manipulative programs. Everyone's unique expression of who they are is right within their own mind. And we're going to be exploring psychiatry in the next year, because psychiatry and psychosis and the understanding of the psyche through a multidimensional experience has never been written about before, and cannot be, one person in a physical body cannot be placed in a psychiatric checklist of what is and what isn't. It just can't be, because that soul that person comes to, and why many of us are intuitive healers, medical intuitives, epidemiologists, we're coming with higher vibrational potentials as to what that soul carries. That soul's expression of who itself is within that matter body has nothing to do with any checklist of any diagnoses in an old world, because that is a 5D expression of that person's soul's experience that has not been taught or told or shown how to harmonize itself in a new frequency body. And it will experience itself in fragments and aspects that's not understood in the psychiatry and the psychological world, because it's dealing from perspectives, again, that have been written in a 3D perspective that is very linear, and it doesn't understand multidimensional harmonization and cohesion. So this is really exciting. We got to get excited here, people. This is like beyond what we can explain. Divine feminine are coming back into balance. We are creators. We're not waiting around for a man to put a ring on it. We're far more valued of ourselves. We don't need those types of things to feel of value and sacredness of ourselves. The children are meant to be seen. They're meant to be heard. They are leaders of this planet. The children are the leaders of this planet. How are we allowing them their highest voice? How are we allowing them their highest exploration, expression, and experience of who they are? In every moment, empower them. Are you experiencing yourself as fully as you are? Are you expressing yourself as fully as you are? Are you exploring yourself as fully as you are? You are the leaders of tomorrow. Let's make way for them. And let's start reclaiming our light, reclaiming our power, reclaiming our energy, because we are divine creators and the old systems are falling away. It's time for us to create anew. That's big energy. And this big energy might feel uncomfortable to some, and that's okay. Take your time with it. Write down what your triggers are. Work through those energies, because this is big energy. It's big energy, and it's time to play. It's time to really get excited about who we are. Get excited about our self-healing potentials. Get excited about how we're able to manifest and create. And we're able to sing again, once again, and be happy with who we are, because we are. Absolutely. Look what we've gone through. Take time to celebrate what you've gone through. Take time to celebrate what you've manifested. Take time to celebrate even the messes that you've manifested. Wow, I must have felt really in lack. Look what I manifested. I manifested bankruptcy. Wow, how can I change that around? You can. You absolutely can. You needed that experience to know the opposite of it. That is the universal law. Everything is held in universal balance. If there is this, there absolutely is this. And that's what's called the shadow. So if you're not healing the shadow, you're not going to the core of the shadow on any issue multidimensionally, you won't see your light, because it's there. It's always there. It absolutely is. That's the omnipresent. So breathe in, dear lighted ones. We love you so much. There's so much potential, so much potential. Why I get so excited. There's so much energy here. There's so much energy. You are a beautiful spirit of holy light. You've come to this planet for great things. You've come to this planet for great experiences, and breathe. And just lovingly intend, I open up my pillar of light, my pillar of light, my pillar of light is mine. My pillar of light is mine. I've got beautiful light going in my pillar of light. My pillar of light feeds and nourishes my chakras and my cells. And go as slow as you want, go as slow as you want, go as slow as you want. Remember, this is your experience. This is your experience. Go at your pace. Call in light at your pace. Do your breath at your pace. This is your reality, so choose it. I choose to slow my breath down now, please. I speak the truth of my voice. I speak the truth of my spirit, and I'm so excited to be here. I'm transmuting old energies, and sometimes it feels frustrating, and I give myself permission to feel frustrated. Now I'm transmuting, and I feel open, and I feel free, and I feel liberated. Thank you, Spirit. See, we just transmuted frustration. And work with any energy that you've got. If I'm feeling low in energy, I'm just moving with low of energy. You start moving your body, start moving your vessel, you feel happier and lighter in energy. Thank you, Spirit. I'm now higher vibrational energy. Thank you, Spirit. To any vibration that you feel, you can transmute. You can transmute, you can transmute, you can transmute. And we love you, dear lighted ones. And we're going to do a quick little light language for you to align yourself with the highest loving and potential of who you are in this moment now. And we're sending love and grace for all children and all beautiful earth. And we're sending peace and light to all those warring countries that are moving from the experience of 3D ownership and 3D greed and control. And we pray for all those energies and all those beings that are still cycling in those stories. And we're going to be reaching out and not putting our energy in those experiences, but we're putting our energy into new reality creations where our earth is peace, our earth is love, and we're going to direct and invest our energy to higher vibrational co-creating, higher vibrational holding space, higher vibrational manifesting, higher vibrational wellness, higher vibrational peace to all, higher vibrational love to all, higher vibrational love to our oceans. I'm setting the beautiful intention that my day will be smooth and ease and graceful and flowing and joyful. Everybody's path is perfect. No need to rush, no need to push. You want to be present. You want to be in the flow and ground. If you're feeling yourself get running away with yourself, just remind yourself to ground, because as your body is becoming more light, you're going to become more excited, and that's especially for the children. So remind your children to ground and be with nature as often as possible, because they will be accelerating quickly. So just remind them to ground so they're not bumping into things and they're not getting into accidents, because they're not being taught and told how to use their multidimensional bodies. So the more information you can open up to them and have them be inspired to investigate on their own. You're there to merely set the compass. You're there to merely set the pace. You're there to merely set the stage, to have them investigate their multidimensional bodies. And using grounding tips and tools will help them slow their day down, slow their acceleration down, and truly take in and observe and be present about what it is you want to manifest. What is the reality foundation you want to manifest? Start feeling into it. That's how you direct your new reality. And when you're doing it from a benevolent experience, you're going to create a benevolent experience. And just choose, is this a 3D experience where it's all about ego and getting, or is it about allowing and loving and honoring? And the honoring experience will always align you with spirit. Am I honoring this experience? Am I allowing everybody their perspective? Am I allowing everybody their points of view? Am I staying true to myself? Am I true with my spiritual direction? Am I true with my spiritual path? Because I know that others will be moving forward in my own progression of me, right? Because you're one of the ones that's breaking those deep trenched stories, and you got to keep the momentum up. And that's what many of us, our light workers, are at this new stage, this new level now. We got to amplify because we are now creating a new rung of energy, and we got to keep that momentum up. So dear lighter ones, we're going to do a quick light language. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for just honoring every moment. This will be the intention, to honor every moment wherever you're at. There is no race. There will never be an end. There will never be an end. There is no end game. So be okay with it. Accept it. There is no end game to this. Every moment I'm transmuting. Every moment I'm learning. And the more that you observe and just be neutral, detach and be neutral. Thank you, Spirit. We're calling in the highest level of benevolence for these light languages in this beautiful sacred song. Oh, thank you, dear lighted ones. We love you. And we wanted to thank you so much. That's the phone. Thank you. We love you. Thank you. Mama Karadike. Sisiana Karadike, Shishiana Karadike, Shishiana Karadike, Shishiana. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you. Bye. We love you. Have a good day. Bye.